Ah, yes, anime conventions. A time to get needlessly close with other people's smells in a hall. I've done like two different anime conventions already. I guess it's just gonna be a thing that I do now. So if you're a subscriber, you already know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna be talking about Nijigen Expo, but with a bit of a twist. I'm gonna be talking about my experience with Nijigen Expo and also cosplaying for the first time. To the new folk here, hello, hello, I'm Autumn, and to the returning folk, welcome back, my foresty friends. I heard of Nijigen Expo because I knew of people that work in Pavilion Bukit Jalil, and through them I found out that they did a Christmas roadshow at the mall. And by they, I mean Nijigen Expo. I attended it alone and had a grand old time just walking around, soaking in the weeaboo air, marinating in it. I thought it was cool enough that I ended up searching up the con on the internets and found the Instagram account for it. Which, by the way, as a bit of a side note, I can assure y'all that Pavilion Bukit Jalil recognizes how absurdly successful the anime events are, especially with the combination of Tsutaya bookstore and Tokyo Town in the mall. So it's really safe to assume that they will be holding more anime related stuff in the future. So if you're in Malaysia and constantly on the lookout for anime events, I really recommend having Pavilion Bukit Jalil on your radar. They even just did a Demon Slayer exhibition with merch and stuff. I didn't go to that particular one, but it's just to let y'all know. Okay, enough tourist guide Autumn, back to weeaboo Autumn, unfortunately. When I checked out their Instagram account, it was also stated that they would have an event near the end of February, which you could say had piqued my interest. Fun fact, I initially tried to get a booth at this event alongside a few friends, but I got swiftly rejected in like 2 days after sending in my applications. I bet it was because I didn't have winter merch. That's the only reason. It has to be. They're out to get me, I know it is. So I couldn't booth, but I could still do something fun. I could go with some friends, hang out, and maybe even cosplay. I have always seen cosplay as this thing that I will never be able to do. When I was younger, it was because I thought I wasn't pretty enough to cosplay. That is incorrect. I'm not saying that just because I think I'm the hottest person alive, even though I am so incredibly charming and beloved by all, but just because I stopped caring about my looks altogether. Now that I'm older, the thing that's holding me back from cosplay is now boring adult stuff like practicality and money. I know, but I really can't spend whatever amount of money on a costume that I'll probably only be able to wear once and clutter up my incredibly drippy and fire closet. If it's cheap, then I spent on something subpar that will probably tear if I wear it more than once, and it'll just end up in a bin and in a landfill somewhere, you know? Gotta be a conscious consumer. And if it's expensive, I spent a bunch of money on something that I'll wear very rarely, not enough to justify buying something that specialized. I don't go to cons enough right now to justify that. I mean, I could wear cosplay in my daily life, but I'm at least trying to pass off as a normie at my day job, you know? So I held it off, forever yearning from afar. As Aline's son wanted to cosplay as Angel from Chainsaw Man, and because I have no thoughts of my own, decided to follow suit. Yes, this entire video is a copy of Feline's video. It is an exact copy. I stole the idea in this channel. I encourage theft. It is always morally correct to steal from friends. Anyways, I wrecked my head over what cosplay I wanted to do, and I was considering all sorts of possibilities. Just kidding, I instantly knew I wanted to cosplay as Reagan. I was still absolutely brain rotting over the finale of Mob Psycho 100, and I was very much still in love with Twitter's favorite sexy man, Arataka Reagan. It was actually pretty perfect too, because I actually don't own a blazer or a suit for that matter, and I'm actually technically required to. I had to borrow my dad's suit a couple of times already because my uni needed me to dress in formal casual for a few presentations. So not only can I dress up as everyone's favorite whore, I can also finally have a piece of clothing that I've been missing for a while now in my wardrobe. Other than the suit, I can get a pink tie for incredibly cheap and quick from Shopee, and for the hair, I decided to just wear a hijab in Reagan's hair color in a vaguely more masculine way. Oh yeah, in case y'all didn't know, I wear a hijab. I'm a Muslim, happy Ramadan. It's kind of just the thing we tend to do. There is a way to style a hijab to make it look like a wig, but I don't have the brain of a dodecahedron, so just a good old turban will have to do. So this isn't gonna be just a video about my cosplay. I'm also gonna give out my thoughts and talk about the time I had at the convention. Again, I've done this 2 times already. Y'all get the drill at this point. Unless you're new here, then again, hello. I wasn't going alone this time. This time I was actually gonna be going with some friends. Okay, more like a friend and friends of the friend, but it still counts, okay? I get bitches, I swear. We agreed to meet up at a specific time in the morning. I wanted to come in at an earlier time to avoid crowds because I hate people. And then the day of the con came. And I woke up late. I think I woke up like an hour past my alarm or something, so already not off to a great start. But it's fine, we keep on keeping and pushing. What else have you? I think I can talk about the suit now because it is a bit funny. The suit itself, because the outfit isn't just meant for cosplay, it is meant to be another permanent addition to my wardrobe. Me and my family were okay with spending a bit more money on it. I was okay with just getting something from Uniqlo, but the store in my area only had blazers in the guys section. I could only hazard a guess as to why. They hate women, I know they do. I was okay with getting something from the guys section because I'm gonna be real with y'all, my body isn't really built much different from a guy that would make wearing a guy blazer any difficult, really. Like, the main thing about it is the shoulders, right? Like, guys' blazers are a bit wide from the shoulders. With the power of genetics, Allah has blessed me with the shoulders of my male family members, apparently. Because my dad is way heavier than me, but his clothes fit me pretty well. I have his height and body structure, just because that's how DNA works in family. Your parents' DNA get passed down onto you, in case you didn't know. Honestly, if I didn't need a suit, I could have just borrowed a blazer from my dad. But my mom doesn't want me wearing guys' clothes trademark, even though I'm cosplaying a guy, and instead we ended up spending 400 ringgit plus on a set of blazer and pants. What? It's Erica Plus. I don't know how much that matters. It's not even the most expensive thing there. I went into a store that sold a suit for like 1,700 ringgit. Thought I was hallucinating for a minute there. My dad has like 10 of these things. How? What? I also had to borrow an undershirt from my dad, and I borrowed a short sleeve white button up. I may be an idiot, but I am not dumb. I am not going to wear a full-on proper suit to a convention. It was a plain polo shirt, and it costed my dad 100 ringgit. A plain short-sleeved polo shirt. It wasn't even a good shirt. It was a gift, but still. Like, y'all are chill with big-name brands making you spend a quarter of a monthly check on fast fashion clothes that are pretending to be premium. I think y'all gotta stop directing your anger at yourselves, women, and minorities, and start bringing guillotines to the Polo Ralph Lauren stores. Anyways, watch me try to tie a tie. Finn already made this joke, so I can't do it again, but I am trying. When I got there at Nijigen, the line wasn't all that bad. I had to wait a bit, but I got in pretty quickly, which was much appreciated. The heat wasn't actually all that unbearable in a suit, which I'm just as surprised about, by the way. I think it's just because I'm used to it from being a hijabi Muslim in Malaysia and having to wear those stuffy ass, ugly ass, horrible ass school uniforms, especially being an ex-Mara student. We had like 10 different types of uniforms to wear depending on the day of the week. It was the epitome of unnecessary. Sorry for the tangent. I am MRSM's biggest hater, for real. I hate it. Me and the homies hate MRSM and Mara as a whole. I thought the convention was very interesting because it was divided into 2 sections, an outdoorsy space and an indoor space. The indoor space had the booths and the merchandise and the stage, while the outdoor section had another stage, but specifically for concerts, and a bazaar-style area for foods and drinks, which was really nice. I thought it was interesting and fun, just because I've never really gone to a convention that had an outdoorsy section, but that was cool. I really enjoyed walking indoors because air conditioning, and also because there's some cool stuff in there. I bought some merch, which I will show later, so stay tuned for that. Aha! Audience retention, let's go! Actually, speaking on anime merch variety, this might be a bit unrelated, but let's talk a bit about Genshin merch. I get that the conversation surrounding Genshin merch is a bit of a divisive one, and I think it can be easily solved if we just agree to disagree for this one. Yes, artists are allowed to make whatever merch they want just because they like it or because of business reasons, but consumers and buyers are also allowed to complain about a lack of variety of products in an artist alley. Because if you're not a Genshin fan or a Luxian fan or a Hololive fan or a Noctix fan, what would be the point in you even entering the artist alley if that's all you're going to see? Yes, live commissions are a thing, but not everyone wants to get just a print. But also the practice works anyways, and artists want to be able to make a living, so it's fine too. I think for any buyers that are frustrated by this, just focus on original artworks and merchandise from artists instead if you really want to buy something. It's a good way to support the art you actually want to see and to kind of signify that there is in fact a market for things outside of the most mainstream things that are going on right now. Anyways, aside from the Artist Alley, another really cool segment was the mini exhibition for Asterisk Academy, which looks like an art school of some kind. I like the works that were presented. I swear one of the pieces looked like a Mutual's artwork, but then I looked at it closer and it wasn't, so... Oh yeah, while walking around, my friend Feline got stopped a lot, which is a bit funny. Oh yeah, speaking of pictures, I took a lot of pictures of Arknight's cosplays. Loved all of them. Arknight's content is so weirdly sparse, but I noticed there was at least an uptick of Arknight's cosplays for this con in particular. Don't know what it was, but I'm proud of y'all, gang. My favorite was the guy that cosplayed as Nero Alter. So cool. It's kind of funny because I'm just imagining Reagan posing with Arknight's characters. Oh yeah, I also took a pic of this really cute furry. If you know them, let me know so I can follow them. I'm always interested in following more Malaysian furries, just because I need to find my people, At some point, we got food at the Outdoors Bazaar area. I ate some cheesy veggies and keropok lekor and some bubble tea, which was yummy. Mwah. While we were eating, I saw Silver Ash cosplay and I wanted to take a pic of him so bad, but he was in the bazaar area, which could only mean that he was hungry. And you do not get in between a Malaysian and food, especially a hungry one. When you're in that state, laws mean nothing, I tell you. They may as well just be suggestions at that point. I never got a pic of him, which I was a bit sad about, but what can you do? After eating, we took some pictures, which you can see here. I am very handsome, I know. Thank you, thank you. And honestly, that was it, really. We looked at cool art stuff, we ate, and then we ate with these pictures. After that, I was just waiting around for my live commission to be finished, and that was it, baby! I went back home and I had a very nice nap. Hurrah for me! Honestly, a very good event overall. The event itself felt really nicely organized and the staff were very helpful and nice. While waiting around, we looked for a spot to sit and there was this card game competition going on. Since the seats were empty, I asked one of the organizers if we could have a chair. They said no, but they showed a nice little empty corner where we could, and that was nice. I even got 2 water bottles for the price of 1. The uncle that sold it to me said it was too hot so I could have an extra water. The hosts of the indoor stage were also very fun and energetic. Overall, a certified very good time, trademark. Definitely gonna be paying attention to Nijigen in the future for more cons from them. I liked that their tickets even have different prices for OKU people. That's just really nice. Again, very accessible. The event was pretty family friendly too. I saw so many kids in cosplay there, which warmed my little cold heart. The Outdoors Bazaar made for a good place for everyone to just rest. The only criticism I could give is maybe having more events, but I could just be saying that because I didn't really join in for many events and stuff. If Nijigen were to ever make an event with an outdoor section again, I'd hope they could add some more seats and places to rest, because that was a big problem for me and my group. I think if you're gonna have that as a part of the convention, some extra care might be nice to have in there. But yeah, aside from that, I'm pretty satisfied. No complaints from me. Let's just transition to the merch I got, which isn't much, but I'm trying to spend much more smartly these days, especially in this economy, yeesh. Okay, let's get to it. As usual, names of the artists of the booths are in the corner of the video and in the description down below, unless I can't find them for whatever reason. I had to update a bunch of descriptions before because I couldn't find the artists. Ooh. But yeah, ooh, merch, ooh, good fan stuff. So one of the first things that I got from the expo was this Zine by Tixit Zero. He had a couple of Zines that he was selling. The other one is this like ink cover one that's available on his Etsy. I got this one because this is the one that's filled with the drawings from during the pandemic. I find it really interesting. I like it very much. Here's a flip through of all the drawings here. I think as artists, it's good to look at art that may not necessarily be the aesthetic that you're going for, because I feel like there's always something to learn from every single genre of art, you know? So the next one is this Lumen print. This is Lumen from Arknights. The print is actually like a glossy plastic material instead of just like paper or cardboard. Very nice. Here's a Kirby shaker charm that I got from a group of artists, I believe. They're called creatorsmatter.co. That's what they're called. They had me follow their Instagram account because there's a perk. Those stickers are freebies. I think that's the perk of following them. That business card belongs to the Arknights cosplayers, the photos that I shared. There's her users from Instagram or on Facebook if you want to check her out as well. And this one is the live sketch commission that I got. It's nice. I really like it. Go check out the artists. I think they'll still have commissions up. So that's it. This video was fun. I really liked writing these parts. The next video is either going to be Arknights related or be about the Van Gogh Alive exhibition, which is a bit more heavy, but that's just because I'm really pretentious like that. If you like the video, like, subscribe, do all those things YouTubers ask you to do. I have a Ko-Fi and commissions up and other socials for my art. Yada yada yada. Please save my foresty friends. When I checked out their Instagram account, it was also stated that they would have an event near the end of February, which you could say had piqued my interest. Can I say that? Can I say the word February? February? So I couldn't booth, but I could still do something fun. I could go with some friends, hang out, maybe even cosplay. I've never... That's so stupid. I've always seen cosplay as this thing that I will never be able to do when I was younger. Oh, that's bad. Oof. I have always seen cosplay as this thing that I will. I have always seen cosplay as this. That's gross. No, that's awful. That's gross. Other than that, this. Other than. Wow, I love words. There is a way to style a hijab to make it look like a wig, but I don't have the brain of a did. Why did I write that? There is a way to style a hijab to make it look like a wig, but I don't have the brain of a dodecahedron. 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 Why did I write that? Let me just check out. Dodecahedron. 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 So this isn't gonna be just a video about my cosplay. I'm also gonna give up my thoughts and talk about the time I had the convention. No, what? I wasn't going alone this time. This time I was... What? No, that's a really weird sentence. I wasn't going alone this time. This time I was actually gonna be going with some friends. That's really... That sounds so bad. I wasn't going alone this time. This time I was actually going... Boo, why is this so difficult? Oh my god, what the fuck? Luckily with the power... At some point we got food at the outdoors bazaar area. I had some cheesy veggies and keropok leko and some... Oh wow, I said that in the most white way possible. Sorry. Keropok lekor. Keropok lekor. Sorry, I was in white mode there.
Ben, the homosexual facts.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What? Wait, holy shit! No fucking way! Oh, no fucking way!
What?
Bet you know how I was recording on my OBS?
Yeah.
I'm using the drawing room I always used to stream on, and for this entire time, Ben's character has been there.
Whoa. Can you get rid of him?
I can't. I've already recorded everything. No fucking way.
That's why you should double check.
Look, in general.
Amazing. Bro. Bro. And when it's sped up, it's just gonna be jiggling really fast.
That's just me. It's okay. I'll take over.
It's okay.
Ben, I hate you. This is your fault somehow.
Sorry, this is my channel now. I own your channel now. I don't make the rules. Sorry. I don't make the rules. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm gonna cry.